This is how I first got involved or interested with the species. This was given to me by a marine biologist friend in Pensacola, Florida. About 5 years ago. All she said is it's one of the rarest trees in North America. So I did the research and immediately set about trying to find others. It's about 5 years old now.
How long have you had it here in the ground?
I think this is its maybe 4th year. It was, you know, only a few inches tall when I got it.
Yeah. And have you been watering it, or have you been doing anything to help it at all?
Watering occasionally when I'm here. Been sporadically over the past several years.
And is that mostly just like August you would need to do that?
No particular time. I just did it whenever I was here and had the water turned on. We don't have water all the time.
Yeah. So we're, right now we're on a west-facing slope, correct?
Northwest.
Okay, northwest. We are surrounded by Cherokee National Forest. We're in the, how do you pronounce it, Ocoee?
Ocoee.
Ocoee Watershed, Greasy, a tributary of Greasy Creek, or is that Greasy Creek I'm looking at right there out in there?
Greasy Creek down here.
Okay, so that's Greasy Creek. And there you can see a very deciduous here. Looks like, what are those? What kind of pines are those out there? Are those?
White pines.
White pines, that's good. White pines.
White pines.
Good. So we've got some conifers right here. Nice slope. Looking west here. Down to Greasy Creek and their topography on that side. Excellent. Okay, here's the second Torreya that you got this from Woodlanders in Aiken, South Carolina. And you put this in it was a potted seedling, and you put this in last summer, huh?
I don't know if it was a seedling or a cutting grown plant. They were not able to give me the answer to that question.
Right. Well, yeah, it looks pretty happy here. Let's take a look around. Is that bloodroot?
Yes.
Did you plant that?
No, that was here.
My gosh, here we are in a forest with bloodroot. Okay, Clint, so this one came from Woodlanders, and it's got a double vertical stem there. Do you know how old this is?
I think this is its, I want to say 3rd year, I'm not certain.
Yeah, so you're going to get this one out of the pot this year. Let me just show the surrounds here. Right down there, that's Greasy Creek here. Here's Clint's cabin, and we were just up on this slope over here looking at 2 that are planted right on this slope here. There was one planted over on there, and then here's the biggest one. It looks very healthy right by these rocks here. Okay, so here's another one from Woodlanders, and you planted this one last summer. Right now it's March 26, 2015. Okay, but you must have had to water it for a while, though.
No.
No, really?
No.
It just went right in.
Been watered. We have a lot of natural water here. It rains a lot.
So here's the context here. So that's Greasy Creek down there, and right across here are where those 2 others are planted. This is a very deciduous forest in this area here. It looks to me like what it's doing is putting root down. It doesn't look like it's particularly interested in putting out a heck of a lot new branchlets right now. Looks to me like it's just using its photosynthetic capacity and happy enough to put all its growth down into getting that taproot really nice and down there. That's a good healthy thing to do. Okay, one more thing about this little tree here. I wanted to get the context. You can see there are a couple shrubs growing right here and some ferns. And what Clint just mentioned is that there was ginseng growing naturally here, that he's put in the orange flags just so he can remember how to find it. So these are the kind of associated plants growing here naturally. It looks to me like a really excellent place for this little Torreya. Here's another fern right up there. One more picture in here. I just noticed right over here. There's a little trillium growing right here. A lot of trillium on this hillside. That's a good sign for this being excellent habitat for Torreya. One more thing I wanted to get a picture of in terms of plant associates here. Right over here, we've got a lovely beech tree. And there's Torreys over on the other side there too. Okay, here's another one that was put in the ground for a potted plant from Woodlanders, and it's very similar to the other one. It looks very healthy, but it looks to me like it's not bothering to want to produce a lot of new shoots up on top. I think it's just putting in a good taproot. It's got a lot of photosynthetic capacity there, putting in a good taproot. And I want to swing around here. And you can see there's another little beech tree here. And right around over here, we have got some wild bloodroot growing here. Beautiful habitat. Oh, and a wild geranium there too. Quite a few ferns in here. Oh, there's another beech tree up there. Kind of looking around here up this slope. Nice slope that this is on here. Right here. And then here's looking down to the driveway, and then there's two Torreys in over there. Okay, and about 20 feet away, about the same elevation on the slope as that last Torreya, we've got another one planted last summer, also from Woodlanders. This one looks like it's going to be losing a couple of little branchlets there, but very similar. The rest looks quite healthy. Again, probably spending its time putting in a taproot now. There's wild geranium here. We've got some more ferns there. Bloodroot, ginseng. Ooh, I don't know. Is that a tulip tree, Liriodendron, right there? That light bar.
I have a bunch of them.
Okay. Okay, so we were just over on this slope. Several Torreyas planted over on this deciduous slope here. I'm standing up against the wall, and there are, on this slope here, there are just two Torreys that have been put in. This first one, right in front, you can see, that was put in last summer also from Woodlanders. And straight back from there, there's an orange flag. We'll visit it, but that's another Torrey that was put in back there. What's interesting here is we've got a couple small, you can see the light colored with the brown leaves still on it, young beech trees here. But what's fascinating, we have got a young hemlock. This greenery here is a hemlock. It's coming from this young stem in here. And the woolly adelgids have not yet made it in to this watershed. So here we've got Torrey planted very near hemlock. it looks very similar to the others in that it's putting its energy into growing a taproot. But what's fascinating here is right on the center stem there are 6 little lateral buds that are coming out there. Probably this year will produce, but it won't be sending up a vertical yet. But again, seems to be very healthy here. Interesting, you see some hickory there, a husk of a hickory. Be nice to know whether these can grow well with hickory. Let's see what else we have on this slope here. Oh, here's the here's that lovely little branch of a hemlock here. Yeah. And what else do we have? Greenbrier, of course. Oh, good, we got a beech. We got a beech growing. Then it can't be too dry. And, oh, we got some interesting ones over here. I do not know what these are this time of year, but you can see some young beeches that still have the beige leaves on from last year, carried through the winter. West-facing slope, like all of them here. Now we'll take a walk up to that one up there by the flag. That's another one from Woodlanders planted last summer. So here we are upslope. Another very healthy looking one. Again, probably putting in its taproot. You can see what's fallen right next to it is a white pine cone. And here's some of the rocks right around it. This is a sandstone of some sort. And here's looks like a quartz vein intrusion. It's the other kind of rock that you sometimes find here on this mountain. So here we are. We got a gorgeous white pine trunk right here. Looking down at Greasy Creek floodplain area. There's a Torrey down there. Oh, here's that nice little hemlock right in front. And, whoa, look at this. We got a little coniferous over there. Little red cedar. Sourwood here. Couple of oaks of some sort here. Of the white oak clan. Ooh, another gorgeous white pine trunk there, and a gorgeous white pine trunk here with growing right next to it a small beech tree. Look at that. It's still got the winter leaves on it. And you can see this little road that keeps going up there, and the slope keeps heading up. So here's that little Torreya. Oh my gosh, I'm holding onto a little beech tree right in front here. Okay, so there it is. Looks very happy to me. Yeah, just went up above that Torreya here. Here's a beautiful little branchlet of hemlock here. This is a whole grove of small hemlocks and moving up into the white pine top there. You can see how thick those stems are there. It's quite a grove. They're heading up trying to get some light here. There's also another one here. Here's a two-trunked little beech, but right to the right of it there, see that trunk in the center? That's a little two-stemmed hemlock in there. Looks very healthy. And then right over here is a beautiful white pine trunk. And then right down there is where we just filmed the 2 Torreys. So here's the 9th Torrey moving up slope, including the one that we saw that was in a pot. But this is the 9th one, 8th one in the ground. Again, this was planted last summer. And this one looks like it's got a very, very healthy terminal bud in there. So it'll be growing a stem up probably later this summer. And there's a few of the branchlets that look like they've got buds, vegetative buds ready to burst in there. This looks very happy, but of course it's like the other ones, certainly growing a taproot. So here's the context here. Looking around, you see all the greenery in there of that little hemlock forest with some large white pines towering in there. Oh, here's a Here's a baby white pine right here growing. We saw some baby hemlocks growing in there as well. And so then the rest of the Torreys we've already visited are down in there. All right, this is number 10. This is the highest upslope. This is the last of the planted ones. We'll have another one we'll visit in a pot. You see a white pine cone right nearby it. And let's take a look around at what we have here. Young beech tree right there and a big white pine. Wow, that's quite a beauty. And the green branchlets over here, that's a young hemlock in there. And then looking back down the slope. All right, we just walked uphill maybe 20 feet because I saw this evergreen here, and it's an American holly. And Clint, you've got several.
Yes.
Okay. Several American hollies here, and look at the gorgeous white pine right there. And there's down to that yellow flag. That's the other Torreya that we just visited down there. Okay, so Clint, here we are, also on your property here, and you've got a bunch of growing plants around here. This is, show us how that top works. This is where you're going to plant the 40 Torreya seeds I'm going to be giving you to germinate.
Well, we'll see how it works. This is the first try.
Okay. And so,
it's kind of awkward.
Yeah. So it's got that wonderful wire. Here, let me go up to it. Yeah, so no squirrels can get in, and also that same kind of wire is also down underneath to keep the voles or anything else from being able to dig up. And this is the kind of thing that the Atlanta Botanical Garden, this is professional. This is great. Your Torrey seeds are going to be so happy.
Wonderful.
To have this.
Well, this is copied from Jack Johnston.
Yes, yeah, well, he is the expert here. Oh, what do you have growing in here?
Rhododendron maximum.
Okay.
That I grew from seeds. These are about 4 years old. They're very, very slow growing.
And I see you've got a...
At least in my hands.
You've got a hose here so that you can water.
Yeah, we have water up here.
Yeah, this will be great. So it's back down in there. We're up here on a higher piece of the property where I took the video footage of all the Torreyas. So let's go back to the van, and I'm going to give you some 40 seeds. All right. Well, Clint, I have for you a package of 2014 seeds harvest.
Oh, wonderful.
These are 40 seeds. Pack them in wet sphagnum moss. Torreya taxifolia.
Assisted migration.
Gosh. It's jumping. It is so exciting. It can hardly wait. Oh, and it notices the other Torreys that are already growing here, about 11. Oh my gosh, it is so exciting. Oh, I hear the other seeds. They're wishing they could stay.
How exciting.
I promise I'll give you some wonderful places to... Okay. All right, Clint. Good job.
Thank you so much.